Kelly is taking pictures as we are doing the wrap up.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. We are wrapping up the 2023 CHNC symposium, and we are joined by Anthony Piazza and Kris Reber. Guys, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
Ready for a drink?
Yeah.
Ready for a weekend off?
Yeah, a little relief, but also excited. It was a fun conference, and we feel like it was a success.
Yeah.
So,
I think so too. I mean, the people that were here are truly exceptional. We saw that both from the speakers and the attendees. I was thinking about this as we were doing the interviews. We should maybe say who's a speaker, who's an attendee, because they were all exceptional. And sometimes you say like, clearly this is the keynote speaker. He knows so much. But it was not the case. Everybody that came to the booth, attendee and speaker, were all exceptional. So I think that says a lot about the people you have here.
Yeah, we were saying every conference has a kind of a vibe or personality, but there's like a lot of energy here.
Yeah.
And people who are really committed to the work, and to moving the field forward. And so I agree, we were impressed by not just how excited people were, but how knowledgeable they were. How many times do people join a focus group and you just trying to be a passive learner of what's going on, but people are really engaged.
Yeah, I would say one of the challenges of the conference is that there are so many different disciplines, and trying to address all the different people that are here, and looking at levels of education, their discipline, trying to bring in the trainees, and really trying to manage everybody's expectation is a challenge, but we always try to rise to that challenge and hopefully reach the audience.
The trainees that were here are quite bright.
Yeah. Yes, we're very fortunate in our specialty. We have very bright trainees, and I think I mentioned this the other day. We started as a small group and really value the opportunity to collaborate and pull in our trainees and our other disciplines and make sure that they feel engaged. And I think we continue to accomplish that, even though we are growing every year. So that's been great. We love working with our trainees and having them here, and our junior faculty. And I think they feel like they're part of the group. They're not just here giving a presentation. They're part of the group, and they're part of what we're trying to do.
To jump on this point, it almost feels like, too, that they are growing professionally with the CHNC, which is quite amazing to see. That they start as fellows and then they continue on as faculty. And I think, I forget which fellow it was, but saying that even the choice of job after fellowship is going to be impacted by where can I continue my work with the CHNC. I mean,
that's one of the benefits of getting the trainees involved early in the focus groups or just in networking. They can build relationships pretty early in their career that will last even if they don't go to that place where they're getting mentored, and they'll always have that connection and take that forward.
Yeah, and I'm struck by what you said. You started as a small, intimate group, and somehow with this like scaffolding of these focus groups, but with like a lot of support from your data coordinators, you've created this like network, but one where I think everybody feels heard and valuable. I mean, was that intentional, or how has that changed over the years?
I think it was very intentional, and we recognized that we had a little bit of a niche within even neonatology that wasn't quite captured in terms of data and collaboration, and also recognize that, some of our larger meetings, it's really hard to network and to connect. And so we knew from the beginning this was an opportunity for us to, one, capture information about those niche patients that we aren't capturing in some of the other databases, and then continue this collaboration and making sure that people feel connected.
I'll go back to the programming a little bit again. Really, when we look at the programming, we want current scientific updates and knowledge, but we also want to hear from the focus groups and hear what they're doing and highlighting their work. I know you all interviewed some of the data coordinators, and it is so important to them to see their work being shown and the efforts and the outcomes that they're doing. So again, it's like trying to touch all these people and to have a good time. And
they were talking about that, about the ownership that they have in the work that they're doing, and how does that translate into then publication and then change in practices, and how I think one of the coordinators was saying, well, maybe one day my daughter will be benefiting from the data that we've been publishing. And that's just fascinating to even think about it in that perspective.
Yeah, and I mean, I think similarly, I mean, for us being here at the symposium, like you said, getting the updates, so like what's coming down the pipeline is really exciting, especially for those of us who are primarily bedside clinicians, you know, to say like, okay, that's something we can look forward to, or, you know, have we thought about that in our patients? And even if we don't have all the data yet, you know, what do we have to look forward to? And I found that incredibly valuable. My only regret is that we couldn't see everything that you guys had. I mean, you had extensive programming, serial workshops. It was like a mini PAS, but on a way more like personal scale. You find some of the bigger conferences really overwhelming, a little bit intimidating, and this is like the opposite of that.
That's good. That's the feel we go for. We're going for, and so that's good to hear, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest ones we've had as far as the number of attendance, and we are striving to try to keep that intimacy. And again, I'll go back to our trainees a little bit. I think this is like the perfect venue for them to learn how to present in a very kind of comfortable setting. It can either be on the big stage, like we've seen a couple of our trainees.
Yeah, rarely do trainees get the opportunity to be on the big stage. I thought that was quite cool that you guys did
and
that.
And even on the smaller, you know, on the smaller group symposium, poster symposiums, it allows them the opportunity to be comfortable and
and to feel like a part of whatever their area of interest is, but to feel like a part of that community, right? My experience as a trainee is I'm doing my little piece of work, but I don't feel like part of the community that's doing the bigger work. And I think that's why we lose researchers, right? When we can't really envelop them in the community. So I think
see the impact.
Well, and I think the other piece, you know, I think I said this the other day, neonatology is a really cool field.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And it's a relatively small group of people, but you don't have those opportunities to network and spend time together like you do at this meeting, I think. I think this is a great meeting to allow our trainees to network and our junior faculty to network and to see their colleagues and to learn from each other. And for me, it's exhilarating, right?
Yeah.
It highlights how incredible our field is and what we can do together.
What was your, sorry.
I was going to ask the same question.
How do you know what question I was going
Go
to
ahead.
ask? What was your favorite part of this meeting?
That was the question.
No way. That's a very Daphne question.
Also, a couple of things. One is having you all attend. I think that's been great.
It's been fantastic.
I think people have really responded to that. Two, seeing all the fellows, particularly the couple of fellows that presented here. I think they did a fantastic job, and I'm just super proud of them. And three, we introduced some new programming and got some good feedback, so I was kind of happy about that.
Which of the programs were new?
The poster symposium breakout sessions,
I like that a lot.
Smaller, intimate, and topic specific.
So that was basically, for people who are listening who didn't get a chance to be here, basically topic-specific rooms where there were posters around the room, but also the poster were presented orally by the investigator, which is sometimes like you saw on the Twitter Live, sometimes it's hard to, you see a poster that's very popular and you cannot really get in and get the investigator to talk to you about it. So I think that was great. So if you missed...
Or you say, I'm interested in this topic, and did I see all the posters on that topic?
Exactly.
I think it was really innovative.
Yeah. I think it was very popular.
Yeah.
My favorite.
That was standing room only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In every room.
Every room.
Yeah.
I think networking too. I agree with what Anthony said, but also just seeing our colleagues, being here with our colleagues for these few days has been fantastic, and talking about all the things we're talking about. We're all dealing with the same issues and have the same concerns, and it's a great opportunity for us to connect and
even more so after COVID, I feel like.
I was just about to say, you know, we were impacted by COVID, and we skipped a year and did a virtual year, and that energy that following year coming back was just, you know, it's just so great seeing our friends.
That human
and-
connection is
Yeah.
underestimated. I think we need that
Absolutely.
human connection. Yeah.
In saying that, you know, a lot of the focus groups are Zoom meetings, you know, there's people all over the country. So getting together as a group that have been working together, again, just kind of
Super
reinvigorates
impactful.
everybody
Yeah.
and has that contact, yeah.
What are your hopes for next year's symposium?
I think we continue to grow. I mean, we're happy with the size we are, but I think growing indicates to us that we're getting out there and we're providing a forum for people who really want to attend, and so we want to make sure that it's meaningful to everyone.
And a lot of results were shared, I think, on the stage. I think that's impressive. And as we've highlighted on many of the open mics and the interviews that we did over the last 3 days is you guys have a lot of data. And so as people are saying, oh, I'm curious about what the outcome for this, for that can be, well, we discussed a lot of very tangible numbers that could help us understand pathologies and maybe new treatments as well. So
I agree.
I haven't talked directly to Kris about it, but some of the some of the things that we've been hoping to do for a couple of years is a dialysis workshop.
yeah,
Especially a lot of the level 4s are, you know, looking forward to that, and specifically hands-on stuff like we've done with VV ECMO and POCUS. So I think
Those were very popular.
Hopefully we'll try to work on that. The other thing, some of the newer focus groups, their topics, I think we can highlight and get some, you know, kind of more energy behind them. Like ROP, I was really impressed. That was one of our new ones. And the maternal mood
The PMAD.
disorder, the PMAD.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think those topics deserve more attention and to support those focus groups. So
Great.
maybe those will be the topics next
and
year.
it will be next year, October 25th to 28th.
28th to 30th.
20th
So
to 30th.
close.
Sorry. In Denver,
So
Colorado.
close.
Denver, yes.
Yep.
If you
So
come on,
that was the 28th
if
to
you
the
had
30th.
if you were here on the 28th, I was right. I was good.
Yes. But
Okay.
we have absolutely loved having you both here. This
Yeah,
is
thank you.
fantastic.
It was
So-
great. It was a great honor, and again, such a fascinating group of people. I mean,
Your
the-
poster walk on
Twitter Live was
Twitter
fun.
Live was great. It was
People really-
entertaining and educational.
yeah,
As long as you didn't get seasick.
we did have a tripod, but Daphne said, "No, we're gonna
just gonna go for
we're
it."
gonna go for it."
It was great. I loved it.
And Anthony, Kris, thank you so much for making the time, and congratulations on a successful conference.
Thank you.
Well,
thank you so much.
Thank you both.
Thank you.